Greetings, everyone. My name is Luis Molina, and I'm the host of the Life Puro. In today's conversation, we speak with CLE rep Hector Laya. So with that, thanks for coming in, Hector.
Hey, what's up, brother? What's up,
man.
Big Lou?
Yeah, not much, man. You feel a little sick, how you were saying, huh?
That cold's trying to get me today. Trying to beat it.
Yeah,
trying to beat
yeah.
it today. Yes, sir.
Well,
yes,
I appreciate you coming on, even with that in light of that. So what cigar did you bring to today? We'll feature.
So I'm actually smoking the CLE Habano.
Okay.
It's kind of the unsung hero for our brand, if you want to be honest. It's part of our CLE line, one of our core cigars, that we have. We have the Connecticut, the Corojo, the Habano, and our box press Maduro, the Azabache. This little guy right here, though, nice Corojo filler, Habano wrapper, right under $10 too. It's gonna be in that 9 to 11 price range, and it's just one of those that every time I smoke it, I'm like, I wish I could sell more of these because it sells great, but it should be definitely one of our higher selling just by taste alone. It's perfect medium, nice subtle sweetness, nice spice. I love it.
So it's you basically think it's overlooked a lot.
Yeah, I mean I think we kind of proved that in Europe right now. This is one of our best selling cigars in Europe, with everything going on over there, Cubans being so overpriced. You're seeing Honduran, Nicaraguan, Dominican tobacco start, popping up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And this Habano's up in France. I mean, I think it's taken over some of the Cuban smokers over there. They're starting to shift to it. So
yeah,
you're starting to see that cigar a lot more in Europe. So we're hoping, if you're in the US, try it out.
Yeah.
It's smoking great here too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Habano wrapper, is the wrapper though, so it's Habano seed.
Yes, sir.
The origin is Honduran?
Honduran with the Corojo filler.
And it's Honduran Corojo fillers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I guess you would describe it in terms of strength as like a medium plus, maybe like a 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5.
3 out of 5, probably closer to 3 than 4 for sure.
Okay.
But with the way we blend our tobacco, we're not necessarily ever going to give you a cigar that's just like right out the gate, 5, full spice, full strength. We like to let it mellow. We want you to get halfway through the cigar and you'll start feeling it a little bit. It's definitely an everyday kind of smoke, but one that you'll enjoy every time you light it up. So.
Yeah. And then just to give insight to viewers or listeners who maybe don't know the company you rep, it was founded by Christian Aroa. Can you give me some more insight into or information about the company?
Yeah, so Christian Aroa and his father, Julio Aroa, they've been growing tobacco out there in Honduras for, I think, the family since the 60s. And, Christian and his father, they did a little project back in the 90s. No need to talk about it. But after that, he wanted to do his own thing. Used the family tobacco, and I think since 2012.
Yeah.
Since 2012 now, they've been just CLE, Aroa, Asylum, all coming from the same place, just different philosophies in each brand, man.
Yeah.
But this CLE, perfect everyday core line kind of smoke, man. So
I know the company as Tabacaleras Unidas.
Yes.
That's
I guess what everybody gets on their invoices. Yes, sir.
Yeah. But what is the what kind of identity does Christian or the company wish to promote it as? Because you never hear it from the consumers ask for, hey, do you have any TU or Tabacaleras Unidas? It's either like Aroa or CLE.
Yeah. So in a perfect world, we want each brand to kind of have its own following, but at the same time, let everybody know it's coming from the same place. So Asylum, we're known for our big boys. We also have,
and we had Tom Lazuka early on in this podcast. So
I mean, when you think Asylum, you think Big Ring, that Asylum 13 70x7, I'm able to, go to a few Rockets games because of that guy, it sells really well for everybody, every rep. And, CLE, what used to just be a core line, we've added a few other higher end cigars like the 25th anniversary and that CLE signature with that, beautiful Cameroon wrapper. So we're just kind of changing the philosophy. We want CLE to be looked at as same level as Aroa when it comes to some cigars. We want people, you can also get a 6-year age plus cigar that is hitting you full strength, full flavor all the time. So we're just trying to make every brand have its own legs.
Have you been down to Honduras?
Yes. Lucky enough to have gone 3 times now and should be going again in January. So.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Coming
sir.
up, huh? Okay. Now, is that for a sales meeting or is that for tours? Because I know like Christian he was big on the tours years ago, and I actually remember going back in 2012 or 13. We when Christian started the company, he sent out these letters and these cards and invited retailers to come down, and
Yeah,
that's when we first opened up with you guys, like from the beginning.
yeah, and slowly and surely, we're starting to do trips like that. This will be primarily just for sales,
Okay.
but since we've completely, we have our own box factory off premise, we have our own factory off premise, so we are starting to grow our own operations. And the bigger we do that, the more we're starting to look at, oh, where can we put people up when we do trips? And we're definitely moving towards that direction right now. But
Okay.
I'll be going down for sales.
Cool.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Talking about like how you guys did the previous year, maybe some goals. Like what goes on in a sales meeting? Because I talked to other reps and they're all talking about their upcoming sales meetings.
Eh, So outside of the new guys who maybe haven't gone, it's time
Okay.
for them to get it. It's a good reset.
Hmm.
Every time you're down there, even if you've gone 100 times, I think your appreciation for the hard work that they're doing down there, we'll show up to the factory, the farm around 10 a.m. People are there already working their ass off. Uh, and we'll be outside for 4 hours. I'm exhausted by the end of the day. So you see these guys just busting their butt for 10 hours. Sometimes you appreciate it.
Hmm.
You something I can take back and tell everybody is like, we're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
So good little reset. Take a look. We're always adding stuff. Like big thing Christian wanted to show off this past year was our new box factory.
Okay.
So as you know, we make our own boxes. That can get a little difficult sometimes, especially being, a smaller, family owned company. And yeah, now we're able to just mass produce these boxes. Our new boxes for Asylum made that transition a lot easier. Yeah, I'm happy to say we're completely done with that whole repackaging. So,
Okay.
so you'll still see some old packaging on shelves, but
Yeah.
we're hoping by the end of the year, everybody just has the new Asylum stuff, and hopefully you agree it looks a lot better on
I
the
was gonna
shelves
say
too.
it looks really clean. It really pops. I
Yeah.
love what you guys have done, even with this CLE. This represents a new packaging.
No, so the
Oh, that's the
CLE,
old.
we wanted Asylum to look more similar to
Oh, okay.
CLE, being
Okay.
that cabinet style presentation. So now CLE and Asylum, you can kind of see how they're related in that sense because they're
Hmm.
having that same box type. Aroa still gonna have that traditional, 20
Yeah.
count 10 on 10, but definitely saving some shelf space with the new Asylum packaging. No
Yeah.
more 50 count boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, and I know like a lot of companies in a perfect world would probably want to offer 50 count boxes because it just helps spread the cost, per unit of each cigar, over a greater quantity. But for retailers, it's a challenge sometimes. And even for a consumer that wants to buy a box, like
yeah.
that's a big commitment or a big ask.
It's a big box. And again, even on the retailer side as well, not everybody's shelves are gonna. It's not gonna fit everybody's shelves perfect.
Hmm.
Some shelves are slanted, some shelves are completely flat. So we're just taking up less space, making it look a lot cleaner, and thinking about the consumer, the retailer, and now it makes our life easier too.
Yeah.
Because now we have everything in 25 count boxes or 20 count boxes. Makes it easier to make every box.
Yeah.
So
So you said you saw the box factory the last trip you went?
yeah, apparently we have a new big piece of machinery that I can't wait to see because Christian's been talking about it. Something
Oh,
that's
what?
gonna just streamline the whole box cutting process as well. So I can't wait to see it. He gets all giddy about that stuff. So
That's awesome.
it makes me excited.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when the boss gets excited, I get a little excited.
Yeah. No, and look, even something as simple as like a box, the cigar box, I guess a lot of end consumers, even myself included, like we tend to forget like there's a lot that goes on even with just making the box.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're a consumer going to an asylum event and you see a box deal, yeah, I'll let you know quickly. Yeah, you don't have to buy a 50. You can buy mix and match a 20. But a 50 count box, even if you love that cigar, that's a big investment.
Yeah, it's a big
That's
ask, right?
it really is. And I appreciate the ones that have done it in the past, but trying to make their life a little bit easier.
Mhm.
If they want 50, they can buy two boxes now,
Right, exactly. Well, that's cool, man. So you're looking forward to the sales trip that's in January?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a good month too, right? It's kind of slow for the industry right after the holidays. You guys can kind of duck off and do some of your work behind the scenes, huh?
Exactly. And it's a little bit weird now, with TPE coming up early January. So
Oh.
we'll see. I'm excited. Next year is gonna be different. I'm excited to see what, PCA in March looks like. And,
Yeah.
it's just changing up the algorithm a little bit. See if more people show up, if it's more packed, I'm excited. So
Right. I know. I forget that the PCA is in March
it's
now.
coming up, man. It's 4 months away, I think. So,
man, I know. I just got an email from PCA, and for people who don't know what we're talking about, that's PCA Premium Cigar Association. That's the big trade organization. They would hold their big convention during the summer months typically, but this upcoming year will be the first time they move it to a different month. It'll be March. I thought it was April, but yeah, I think it's March, huh?
yeah. And, I've only been in the industry for almost 6 years now, and I've only known Vegas,
Yeah.
in summer
Yeah.
as PCA time. So a
Yeah.
little bit of, new for me. So,
So it'll be March in Vegas.
yeah, March in Vegas. And then I don't know if
I think they talked about it for 2025 being March in New Orleans.
can't wait.
Yeah. It'll make your drive easier,
Can't
huh?
wait. Yep, I'll be driving to PCA next year, I guess.
Instead of flying. Yeah. So you mentioned you've been with the company for 6 years now?
Oh, it'll be 6 next summer. So I guess 5.5.
Man,
Yeah, it flies.
time flies, man.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Man, I just remember I still remember when the first time we met you. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
it seems like yesterday.
I was a little boy. I was a little boy. I was young. I was a young boy at that time, man.
Now you're grown.
Trying.
Rep the rep of the year. Have you ever won that? Do you guys have a rep of the year kind of contest?
Yeah, we every year we do a salesman of the year. I got it my first full year.
Oh, what?
Yeah, sorry.
Rookie of the year.
Trying, but it's every year it's been for the most part it's always somebody new
Okay.
that's getting it. I'll give a shout out to our Florida guy Mike Denny's. He's a beast.
Okay.
He'll probably if he sees this, he'll be like, I should get it every year. Yeah, what? You do great, bro. I'm proud of you.
So what does he cover? Just the whole state of Florida, or like the South Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
All Florida. He's a machine. He is a badass. I'll give it to him. The last time I'll say it. No more talking about Mike Denny's. We can move past it.
And not to disparage him, but like Florida's an awesome market by
itself.
He'll
let you know how awesome it is.
Well, yeah. Now, is it because of his skill or the market itself,
No, he's great.
Yeah.
He's great. I've learned a lot of things from him. So all joking aside, that's probably CLE. I mean, I'm sure every sales rep will say it. We got a dream squad, man. So we got a little bit of everything in our sales team. I feel like I can call 5 different people in my company, depending on the situation, and get great advice. So
yeah,
I'm blessed, bro. I sell good cigars. I got a good squad. It's good to be part of this team, man.
When you started, did you have to shadow another rep in another territory, or did they just threw you to the wolves here?
My first day was PCA 2018.
Oh man.
So yeah, they threw me in the fire, but I'm super happy for the opportunity. I think I passed the test. I think I've told you I got the call from Tom Lazuka, shout out, that I got the job as I was getting sworn in, getting my my citizenship here at the US. So I'm at the arena, little high school like basketball arena in Houston, waiting for them to do the ceremony. I get a call from Tom 3 months later after my interview, and it was almost like a movie. So I'm gonna keep kicking ass so I can get a movie made, cigar movie.
The Hector Laya story.
Yeah, the Hector Laya story. One immigrant boy becoming,
So where'd you grow up? Where'd you from?
Born in Venezuela, moved here when I was 2. So,
So you have no memory really of
not really.
Venezuela.
Not really. My Spanish is awful too. I can understand it. So if people do talk shit, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Cut that. Sorry. But
no, to your point about that, and we can cut it if you want, but I always warn people, like, don't talk smack about any Spanish speaker in this industry, because odds are they probably know English. A lot of them don't like to let you know that, but just assume everyone knows.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
English.
Mm-hmm. I've been in Texas. I'm based out of Houston, so I've been in Round Rock first 8 years in the US, and then the rest in Houston. I love that city. So
yeah,
sucks that we lost to the Rangers. So when I go to Dallas now, it's been a lot of
lot of love,
a lot of in my face. Yeah. Well, I was working some cutting lights when we were on the road when we won those 3 in a row. So I was just letting everybody know at that cigar shop. And they were all fun. They played along. But when I visited them a couple weeks ago, they reminded me how stupid I was.
They had the last laugh, huh?
Definitely. Yeah, they definitely did. I wasn't laughing, I'll tell you.
Right. Well, I know you're passionate about the Stros, and so is our manager here, Sam. He like went all in this past year on the Astros.
Everything Houston.
Yeah.
I'm not a big baseball guy
Okay.
at all.
You're just a pro Houston.
Pro Houston, anti-Yankees, whatever you want to call it, man.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. So you grew up, or you were born in Venezuela, moved here when you were 2, and you grew up in Houston, essentially?
Grew up in Houston, basically. Yeah. That's where my roots are.
Yeah. What's going on there? There's a mayoral race, right?
Yes, there is.
Is it pretty contentious there?
It always is, but I mean, whoever gets mayor, they're gonna do whatever they want. That city's gonna be great regardless. They're just gonna make minor changes that will make the news at some point. But it's a mayor. Like I'm hoping whoever wins does great, but not too optimistic if you want to be honest.
I'm always intrigued by like what's going on in Houston because, unfortunately for Louisiana, we tend to lose a lot of people to Texas. And I get it, right? There's more opportunity. I was talking to someone.
You know why though, right?
Why?
Y'all said no to Buc-ee's.
Oh, no.
That, I'm just saying.
No, we messed that up. Louisiana messed that up.
I don't see the gopher whenever or the beaver whenever I'm coming through Louisiana, man. It's a little sad.
Dude, I just went to Buc-ee's for the first time 4 weeks ago.
Dude, I get calls from people that are living in the Midwest that have Buc-ee's now. So they're going all over, but they're just not here in Louisiana, I guess. Not
now. I think they're going to open one up on I-20 though. I heard. But they were supposed to have one here in town, right on I-12, where I-12 and I-10 merge, kind of in that area.
Yeah.
And the word is, I don't know the full story, but it probably went down the way Walt Disney came down here when he pitched Disney World. Because did you know they wanted to build Disney World in, I think, New Orleans East or Slidell area?
I've heard that story and it doesn't surprise me after I knew about the Buc-ee's stuff. I'm like, it seems...
It's very Louisiana.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Oh, I know. No, I'm our biggest critic. I'm our biggest lover, but I'm also our biggest critic.
I love this state too.
Yeah.
Like, my route coming from Houston all the way to New Orleans, that's one of my favorite routes I do every time, man.
Oh, yeah.
Great people, great food. I've definitely helped on the 50 pounds I put on since 2018. But
instead of the freshman 15, the cigar rep 50.
Dude, I got happy relationship weight, road weight, and COVID weight all at once. So
oh no,
I'm a survivor, man.
Come on. How many pounds do you want to lose? If not to get personal.
215 would be perfect. So I mean, I'm cultivating mass right now, so that when I do cut, it's just all just all biceps. All biceps and traps, bro.
Yeah. No, but to go back to like Buc-ee's, apparently it was just one of these like, money incentives, and Buc-ee's just doesn't play that. They said, no, we're packing up, we're going. And skipping Louisiana.
I just got a full tank of premium gas for less than $2.75 a gallon. So y'all need Buc-ee's, bro.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get that.
It's impressive. Now I understand. When I first went there, I was just like eyes wide open. I can understand the cult following, and I was just impressed with the from an operational standpoint, just how efficient the machine was. Went down to the one in Alabama. I forget what town that's in, but right off I-10. It's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds a little lame to say that I bring my big bosses to a gas station every time they travel with me, but it's a must, it's a stop every time.
Yeah. But Buc-ee's, do you know the history of it?
No, I don't.
Did it start in Texas? I assume it started in Texas.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I used to support it. I don't know any of the history. Yeah. I probably should. I'll do some homework for next time.
Well, I first learned about it through cigar reps, since they travel a lot. One in particular who like first told me about Buc-ee's, and I was just kind of like intrigued by it. Like, how are you such a cult follower of essentially a gas station? But this isn't a typical gas station. It's like
when you're driving for a couple hours,
Disney World on
it's a beacon of like friendship and happiness, man. Every time you see that beaver, you're just like, oh, it's
the beaver.
Yeah.
Yep. So what are your favorite things to do when you get there besides gas?
I'll leave one off because we're trying to make a good show. I don't want to get too in the weeds about it, but super clean. I think that's the number one thing. Yep. And then whatever you're feeling, like you want a kolache, you want an egg taco, whatever you want, and everything in between, you're gonna get it. So it's just they have to pump oxygen in there. It's kind of like there has to be something that we don't know that just makes everybody happy. Because I walk out, I spent $30, and I'm like, I don't even know why.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I spent it on.
There's something about it, like it compels you to spend in there, whether it's their I know a lot of the foods they offer, I guess, are done in house or at least packaged under their own brand. But what do they have? The beaver
Beaver
nuts, is it? Yeah,
beaver nuggets.
nuggets. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Man, I tried that and I was like,
Yeah, that
it almost felt like a cereal,
yeah,
like Golden Grams or something like
it
that.
it's probably better with milk. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not a
I
big
was thinking
fan of the
that
beaver
about that. I
nuggets
bet there's
either.
some people who like pour it like or eat it like a cereal.
It's all about the jerky. Now, if you're
Oh,
a
okay.
jerky guy, they have like 30 different types of jerky. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's better than X jerky. It's just super convenient. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because whichever direction I'm driving, at some point I'm seeing a Buc-ee's, and
Hmm.
it's like I said, it's just all right. It's like a little checkpoint, you
Yeah.
know.
I'm sure they have plans of spreading beyond just the South and or the I-10 corridor. But yeah, I need to do some more research on that company because I'm just really impressed by just the operations. And like you said, the bathrooms, they're known to be super, super clean.
Yeah,
Like I guess they always have an attendant there to make sure everything's spotless.
and they have that Chick-fil-A secret sauce where it they
Oh, I
give
didn't know
off the
that.
illusion that everybody that's working there is just super happy. I'm
Yeah.
sure they're not
Oh,
all
yeah, yeah.
super happy, but man, you could fool me.
Yeah.
They're all smiling. You know, I'll be walking in at 5 a.m. I'm not necessarily smiling back all the time. I'm a little, half sleepy, a little grumpy, and they'll just frown upside down.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Are they open 24 hours, do you know? Or do they close certain hours?
I mean, I've been there at 3 a.m., so I'm guessing,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it-
Okay.
they open, man, and it's packed during hunting
Always.
season. Oh, it's just, yeah, especially if it's hunting
Oh,
season.
yeah,
People
hunting
are there at
season.
3 a.m. I'm like, the hell's going on?
Oh. Do
So
you do any hunting?
nah, nah. I
No.
want to. I want to. I'm one of those guys. Like, I'm a good tag along. I
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
won't. I'm I'm a morale guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So
There you go. Yeah, I mean, speaking of which, we just entered hunting season. Our duck season opened last weekend, and we'll go on till end of January. So, yeah, I guess the hunting season would make Bucky's very crowded too.
yeah.
Hmm. That's cool. So you got that going on, sales rep trips. What else can you tell me? Oh, so you grew up in Houston.
Yeah.
What are some of the good points of living in Houston? Some bad points?
So this might cause a little controversy, but
Okay.
I love the food here in, like, Louisiana, every
Mhm.
part. You can't beat Houston cuisine. You can get It's so diverse, such a diverse city. You can find good Mediterranean food, find good, obviously, Tex-Mex, great steakhouses, good new American, good Asian, everything. So that food, as somebody who looks like me, food is unbelievable in Houston.
Yeah.
And just everybody's just super friendly, man. To be honest, it doesn't matter what you look like, what you're driving. People, it's just a cool vibe. I love that city.
Yeah.
So, like, people like to say it's a dirtier Dallas. I'm like, yeah, we embrace it. That's our grime. That's what makes us us. It's a little character,
Yeah.
So I love that city. I probably, my job might be a little bit easier if I moved up to Dallas, be a little bit closer to some other states, but I can't leave it. I
Why do
got
you say
family.
that? You mean is the Dallas market better in terms of performance with cigar sales than
Well,
Houston?
I just feel like if you live in Dallas, you're a little bit closer to, like, Lubbock. You're a little bit closer to Amarillo.
Okay.
If you have Oklahoma, you're a little bit closer to Oklahoma. So there are some perks. I'd say most of the reps live in Dallas too. There's a few of us
Yeah, that seems
that
so. For
live in
our
Houston. Yeah.
territory, it's like Dallas seems to be like the hub.
Yeah, there's a few in Houston, a couple in Austin, a couple in San Antonio, but I still I don't feel overwhelmed living in Houston at all. So
Okay.
I think you can still do a great job living in Houston for sure.
How's the traffic?
Yeah.
Pretty bad. They're known for their traffic.
If you're a local, you know what roads to
Okay.
roads to avoid at what time. You know the back roads. So I
Okay.
personally don't have a lot of issues with traffic, but I can imagine if you don't know the city and you're trying to go to the Galleria, you're probably hating
SOL.
life. Yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
hating life
Oh
that
no.
drive. So
But I bet it's not as bad as say Atlanta. Have you heard about stories with Atlanta traffic?
yeah, I would assume it's got to be up there because
Yeah.
when rush hour starts at like 3 o'clock
Yeah.
until 7, it's a 4 hour rush hour. It's not 5 to 7, 4 to 7. It's you're leaving downtown trying to get to Katy, League City, even Baytown. You're gonna be in traffic for a while, even with
Mm.
the toll tag, man. You're in traffic. So.
Yeah. That's I mean, Baton Rouge has always had to contend with its traffic. It's pretty bad, especially for like the size of or how small of a city we really are. It's just the roads have been. I mean, we haven't kept up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I guess it's different just with Houston just being a larger
Yeah,
population.
you
to
drive
handle.
an hour in Houston, you're still in Houston. It's just it's
Yeah.
spread out. So
Yeah.
But
And
it's
they got
also
the loop systems, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I
Mhm.
mean, we're a huge sports city. Like we don't
Mhm.
win a lot, but when our teams are good, uh, we're as annoying as Cowboys fans. Man. We're out there. We're out there. We rep. Like
Yeah.
right now, being a Texans fan, it's a fun time with that with
Well, yeah, what's
CJ
going on?
Stroud.
Because I haven't really been watching football this year.
I'm
What?
pretty sure if you Google NFL passing leader right now, you're gonna see CJ Stroud as the number one passer. I might be wrong. Somebody
Okay.
might have taken, but he's rookie. I think he has one. Oh no, I think he has two interceptions. Now he threw one against the Bengals, but I mean he beat Joe Burrow last week. It was a
Oh,
shootout. He beat him. So it's fun. I'm gonna have to buy a jersey of his. I'm gonna have to go to a Texans game
so
soon
CJ
because
Stroud, he's
CJ Stroud,
doing
he's
doing pretty
turning it
well.
around, man.
Okay. Do you ever go to any games?
I go to a lot of Astros. I try to go to a handful of Rockets and one or two Texans games, but gonna be if CJ Stroud is what I think he's gonna be, I'm gonna have to look into some season tickets because this guy,
What?
he's
It's
a
a real
stud.
deal, huh?
His first interception, I think he threw like the most touchdowns or most completions without an interception. And his first interception, he threw it. The team fumbled it. It was against you guys. It was against the Saints.
Oh, okay.
Y'all intercepted it, and then the guy who intercepted it fumbled. So we got the ball right back and threw a touchdown.
Oh man.
So he's for real. I hope I don't jinx him. That'd be
Right.
right on brand for
If they
me.
start to tank, it's because
That'd
we
be
can.
right on brand.
It's all because of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's on my fantasy football team and all that stuff. You know,
Oh,
Stroud
man.
Boys. So that's what we call ourselves.
The Stroud boys.
Stroud Boys. Yeah.
Okay. Now, where are they at in their division? They number one?
They're either tied for first or in second. We're
Okay.
5-4. I think the Jags are 5-4 too.
Okay. Who
So-
else is in the division?
Titans and the Colts.
The Titans and the Colts. Okay.
Yeah, usually a pretty bad division. You know about that. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. Saints are very poor
Saints, Falcons
division right now. Yeah.
Bucks and the Panthers.
And the Panthers. Yeah. Yeah. It's so sad that I think Saints are 5-5 now or something like that, and they're still like in contention, I guess, for the division
I think y'all are.
or the leaders. Yeah.
Y'all
If
should
not,
be the
yeah.
leaders,
I don't know
yeah.
how Atlanta did if they won this past weekend.
Who knows?
Yeah.
That team's so hit and miss.
I know. Yeah, it really is. Man. Houston seems to be one of those towns that has pretty much every kind of sport, like professional, right?
Except for hockey.
Okay, I was going to ask if
Yeah,
they had a hockey
We don't
team.
have hockey. We used to have the Houston Arrows. That used
That was
to
a
be
hockey team?
It was a minor league hockey
Oh,
team. It's
okay.
like the second league, but they were fun. They were fun to go to.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, Houston, you don't get a lot of opportunities to see a hockey game. And
Mm.
I'm like, to be honest, I'm like a chick watching hockey. I don't know where the puck is. I don't know who's on offense, who's on defense.
Yeah, I went to a few hockey games in college because our college had a hockey team. And I guess maybe where I was in the stands, it was hard for me to like follow the puck.
Yeah, it's like
live, you know?
I bring nothing to the table if we're talking hockey.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'll nod my head. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now Dallas has a hockey team, I know for sure.
Yeah, the Stars.
And they is that a town that has pretty much every professional team or sport?
Yeah, they got it. Yeah, they sure do. They
Yeah.
got the Rangers, Mavericks, Cowboys, and then you got the Stars. So
Okay.
yeah, they got it going on there. They just
What about soccer? You do any soccer? Watch any soccer?
Houston Dynamo are fun to watch. I'm not a big soccer guy, but the arena is built really nice. The shade's perfect. It's outdoor. It's not big enough yet to where they're charging you $14 for a beer. You're actually getting beer at a good price. So,
Okay. Yeah, try to
Yeah,
get some seats or
it's that cheaps are
people in the seats. Yeah.
super cost efficient too. So like you can get right close to the field for like $50.
Yeah.
So
And that's MLS, right?
MLS.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish MLS, I'm rooting for them, right? I don't watch it. If I do watch soccer, it's usually La Liga. That's a Spanish
Yeah.
club league, and Champions League, obviously. But I just haven't really watched MLS.
Yeah, I can't get into. I try to get
Yeah.
into European soccer, and it's just you got players transferring. You got the Champions League. I can't. It confuses me. You know,
Soccer, you could watch that all year. If you're a soccer fan, you can watch it literally. There's a game somewhere in the world.
well, you see what they're trying to do in the NBA now with the in-season tournament.
No.
Yeah, they're doing like a international soccer thing where there's like during the season they have group stage games,
Okay.
and depending on how you do, I think during the All-Star break, the mid-season championship gets crowned. So they're doing these end-season tournaments.
But is that among like
NBA
across
teams.
across different club teams around the world?
No,
Or-
just NBA teams. So it's like right now, that's why I don't know if you've seen all those colorful courts that are popping up right now. They're doing it for the in-season tournament. I don't understand it. I just know the Rockets are doing good,
What?
so go Rockets.
Are you familiar with that, Nick?
Yeah, it's just for money.
It's just for money,
Just
right?
for
Because
money,
like if
yeah.
you win, you don't get anything,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Yeah.
just for money and bragging rights. So.
Huh. But are they trying to incorporate like a Champions League?
I don't know what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
When I see the group stages, first thing that comes to my mind is soccer.
Yeah,
and
right.
It confuses. I don't get it.
Mhm.
I don't get it. Now that Nick said they don't get anything out of it, I don't understand the purpose except maybe make the season a little bit more exciting.
Yeah. Get more engagement or
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people watch NBA until right around playoffs. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like NFL where every week matters, you know? So, I mean, I know I do that with baseball. Like until it's like game 101, I'm not really that invested. It's too long of a season.
Yeah.
162, whatever. I can't do that. Can't be invested for that. I'll go crazy.
That's why
I gotta sell cigars, man.
Yeah. You got a life. Yeah. Yeah, that's why like I got a sense of baseball fandom this past year with Sam going all in with the Houston Astros, and like he got deep in it. Like he started researching. I'd hear him with another customer, good customer of ours, that he's a big Astros fan. Like they would, chit chat about what the team's doing. Like, and it was like all season, like from the beginning.
I don't have that type of energy, man. I made one funny bet with Dallas, with the guy up in Dallas. Shout out to Trey Andrews. He owes me a steak dinner. That's all.
Yeah?
I'm gonna put that on the.
How's Trey doing?
I'm gonna put that on the air. You owe me a steak dinner, Trey.
Yeah. Tell him. Trey, you owe him a steak dinner. Now, how's he doing? I know he used to be a rep, and then he's now in the retail world. Huh?
Yeah, he's kicking ass up in Dallas. So he's having a fun time. Good dude.
Yeah.
Good people, man. So
absolutely, that's awesome. Yeah, no, but I mean, baseball. Going back, you can just invest so much time. It's just such a long season. Have they talked about shortening the season?
If they have, I haven't heard it.
Okay.
I'm sure why would they? You get more money with more games. If anything, they'd probably expand it. Look what the NFL did. I mean, those guys are getting car wrecks every game. And they added another game. So,
and then, they did add another game. Huh?
They don't care. Yeah.
So now 17 games.
17 games. Yeah.
That a team has to play.
Yeah, I think they took
17 weeks. Yeah.
They took away a preseason game and added a regular season.
Okay.
So but yeah, it's
and then it's
all about the money, man.
And then of course. Yeah. And then this I guess strategy, they're trying to incorporate more play in the international market, like in London, right?
I hate it.
You don't like it?
Oh my, yeah, I can't. I love my Sundays starting at noon, but when it's at 8:30 in the morning, I'm watching the Colts versus the Patriots. That's awful. I don't want it. Who wants to watch the Colts versus the Patriots?
I mean, they're super fans though that they block out the whole day just for football.
But if you live in California, that's a 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
You're gonna get up at 6:30 and watch the Colts.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then if you live in Hawaii, what's that, like 4:30 in the morning?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
They're trying though. I mean, I've heard rumblings. Again, I'm not a sports reporter, but I do listen to a lot of it. And I think they're trying to make it more of a worldwide kind of game. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Jacksonville found themselves in England one day, being a London team, to be honest.
Yeah.
They play, 2 games every year in London already? So who knows, man? I've heard that they might want to do the Super Bowl in London, which that doesn't even make sense. You got to have it here in the States,
But I mean, if you're trying to create a new customer base, why not have a Super Bowl in a new market, right?
What time is that game going to be at, though? Is it going to be prime time U.S. time, or you playing it in the morning in London? So it's
that's a good question.
I mean, that's what the UFC has to do when they do overnight. Like some fights, they'll do 3 a.m. London time because it's prime time for us to watch. So I don't think football players are going to want to play at 3 a.m. They have a little bit more leeway. So we'll see. It probably won't happen.
Yeah.
Based off feedback too, I don't think anybody wants to see it go overseas. That's our game.
I wonder if a Super Bowl would. I mean, I'm sure it'd be well watched, even if it aired at noon, right?
The Pro Bowl over there
in the U.S.
Yeah. It's put the Pro Bowl over there.
Oh. Yeah.
They'll go crazy for it.
But yeah, it seems like, just an outside viewer really looking in, the NFL is pushing to expand their reach beyond just the U.S. They're trying to expand in other markets.
Oh, yeah.
Do they just play in London for the international scene, or is there another city there?
Frankfurt. They played
in
in Frankfurt too. So it's tough to keep up with all these sports, man. They're trying to go worldwide. I mean, I think when the Olympics come here to the U.S., flag football is going to be on the table too. It's an actual sport, so
What?
there's a chance we'll see Tyreek Hill wearing
Oh, man.
flags, just running full speed. So it's gonna be crazy.
When are the Olympics
I
coming
believe it's
here?
2028. I believe it's
2028?
2028.
Okay. Huh. Because I know the World Cup is going to be like co-hosted between I forget, I don't know if it is the next World Cup
I
or the
think
one
it's all
after.
North America.
It's North America. It's Canada, the US, and Mexico.
Yeah, I think they're having some games in Houston too, to be honest.
Oh,
So
that's right. That would be a good market for
they
that.
usually have those big games. I think
Mhm.
they've had like Madrid versus
Barcelona.
Barcelona there. So I mean, we get some of the big games. We get Final Four tournaments hosted in Houston all the time. So
Mhm.
another reason to love that city, man. So,
Yeah, there's just so much going on there. The infrastructure is perfect for hosting big events like that.
yeah, great cigar shops there too. It's just
I
love
was
that
going to ask
city,
about the
man.
cigar shop scene in Houston.
The cigar scene in Houston's great, man. You
Yeah.
have quality shops popping up. You have your namesakes there too. Your stores have just been great consistently. So it's
Mhm.
I love it, man.
Yeah, I know Jorge at Stogie's. A little
Yeah.
shout out to them.
Yeah, they're
Awesome people.
great people, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still killing it. They got their H-Town still.
Yeah, man. It's you know, you're looking for a good Lancero, they're still known for that. But
Yeah.
just overall product, overall product, they just do a great job, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I first met Jorge at the My Father Cigar factory tour back in 2012 and just got to know him. And I was just really impressed with his story and his operation. So anyone going to Houston and wants to check out a cigar shop, that's definitely one to put on your list. Among others, I just don't know of the other players, but I just know that Houston's a cigar mecca.
Yeah, it's a great city, man. Just like I said, I could go on. We could have a whole podcast with me just saying how good Houston is. But
But like I insinuated early on, I'm always intrigued by what's going on in Houston just because of our proximity, right, to the area. And, some of the challenges Louisiana has to face competing against Texas, right? I mean, you guys don't have an income tax, right?
Yeah. No.
The infrastructure is a lot better managed, it seems. There's a lot of diversity, a lot of people there. So like to your point about the food scene, I know that for a fact, the Houston food scene is incredible. I've seen them featured on numerous like food shows and all. And I think, Louisiana can, not to put it down, but it could take, some lessons from the Texas playbook.
Well, I'll be honest, a lot of Houston now is very inspired by a lot of people, that unfortunately during Katrina that came to Houston. And you see a lot of influence, man, in great ways. I think
great contributions.
Yeah,
from
exactly,
Louisiana,
man. I mean, some of the nicest people I ever met are people, they were forced to come here. It wasn't something they wanted to do. And, I hope they feel like Houston's home for them now. But I feel like our states are always going to be kind of bonded just because, unfortunately, weather gets a little crazy in this part. So, we always back each other up. I know when Houston, when we had Hurricane Harvey, I think the Louisiana Navy,
the Cajun Navy,
they came and saved the day, man. They were definitely supporting. So, there's always that connection between the two states, man. I like to give y'all a hard time about some questionable business decisions, but I mean, overall, I love this state too.
Right. Oh yeah, no, we're unique. We have our own culture, our own food.
Definitely.
And like you alluded to, the people are awesome. It just seems that you always have some crazy characters and actors that mess it up for everyone,
That's everywhere.
But
right?
That's everywhere.
That's
everywhere.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can go to like Pleasantville, Pennsylvania. I don't even know if that's a real place. There's going to be somebody there that's, just causing trouble.
Right.
So it's you take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got any plans for Thanksgiving? What do you do for Thanksgiving?
Usually I get to see my fam in Katy. This year going to South Carolina, get to see the girlfriend's family, get to spend most of the week next week up there and be in Greenville. So,
okay.
Get to fly into Raleigh, rent a car, and just, enjoy the week.
Yeah.
Probably go hiking one of the days, but eat some good, they got some Louisiana in their family. They got some Cajun in their family. So
what?
I'm going to be eating good, I'll tell you that.
Man. Cajuns spread out throughout the world, man. Yeah, Have you ever been to, you said South Carolina?
I've never been there. I've met her family a bunch, but I'm looking forward. They always make like a crawfish pie, which shouldn't sound as, it doesn't, it's way more delicious than it sounds, I promise. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's like a meat pie, right?
Yeah.
But just the stuffing is
It's
Crawfish. Yeah.
With like a
Like an
bunch of
empanada
garlic,
of sorts, if you
yeah.
will, if people know what empanadas are.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like no, it's an actual pie. It's good.
Oh, what?
It's like you cut a slice and
Oh,
it like
huh.
yeah, it's like a filled with it's again, I don't want to give away their secret recipe, but crawfish pie. If you see it, you get it. It's delicious.
Because I was thinking like the way we do, like Cajuns do meat pies
Yeah.
or the Natchitoches meat pie. It's like a piece of flour, right? They put the stuffing, whatever the filling is, in this case, meat, and they fold it over, crimp it, and I think they either bake it or deep fry it. I think they deep fry it.
Yeah, this is more like a pot
But
pie.
this actually like
Like
a pot
yeah,
pie.
like a pot
Okay.
pie. Yeah, it's damn good too.
Wow, I
Yeah,
bet.
it's one of those when they were like, "Oh, try it." I was like, "All right, I'll try it. I'll just take a bite, and then I give me a second slice."
Yeah.
I'll take some to go, please.
You know it's that good when you got to go back for seconds. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to be flying in, I'm assuming?
Yeah, they'll be flying.
What date you going in? You're flying next Wednesday or?
So that would be, I believe, 21st to the 25th. I'll be coming back Black Friday.
Okay, so you're flying back on Black Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, come back, spend the weekend at home, you know.
I was asking the times because I'm always intrigued by people's travel plans during the holidays. Like, do you go on the busiest day of the year, which is, I guess, the day before Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Or do you play it safe and maybe leave a little bit sooner if you can during that week or what you do? So
Tuesday and Friday ended up being like good priced days,
oh.
believe it or not. So I don't know if maybe a lot of people don't fly out on Black Friday. Maybe they're sleeping in those days, but
and they spend the whole long weekend with
Yeah.
their family. So I guess it isn't a well-traveled day.
yeah, so we're coming back that day. I'll spend a couple days with my fam in Katy, Texas that weekend and hit the road again.
Okay.
Yeah, brother.
So what's your outlook for closing out the year in terms of cigar sales?
Well,
Like from your point of view as, rep for CLE, Aroa, Asylum, and then what is your prediction for or outlook for like cigar shops for the holidays?
What exactly do you mean? I'm sorry.
Like, do you think we're going to have a great Christmas
Oh yeah.
in
I
terms
mean,
of sales, same or flat or worse?
usually, it's hard to tell with the holidays, but I have to assume with the brutal summer we had down here, where it was a little bit slower than usual, we might have a busier Christmas. I know on the rep perspective, travel's a little bit lighter towards the end of the year because
Right.
it is more busy for you
Yep.
guys. But I mean, our steeped cigar coming out, the Asylum 867,
Yeah.
that's been a whole, journey. But
Yeah.
I've been told that's shipping hopefully by the end of this month. So we're looking at getting that out before the end of the year, and just 2024 we'll be able to rock and roll with that new release, and with the new packaging of Asylum being completely done, we're looking for 2024 to be one of the more smooth years we've had. So
What can you tell us about this upcoming cigar?
So the Asylum 867
Okay.
has a little bit of a tumultuous past. It is something that started with the Deadwood Tobacco guys up in Deadwood, South Dakota.
Yeah,
It
in
was
South
a
Dakota.
private label for the guys up there. They were selling that cigar faster than I ever imagined. I've been very lucky
Mm-hmm.
to work St. Patrick's Day parades with them there. So
In Deadwood?
in Deadwood, shout out to Wild Bill and the crew up there, and our Midwest rep Michelle Stewart. She needs help, so she'll call me, or it's been Mike a couple of times, but we'll go up there, sell cigars. It's long days, hard days, but it is awesome seeing one of your cigars just fly off the shelf consistently, every age group. So they are going to be steeped, and
It's like a
we might need to
topping.
cut this. Yeah, we might, because
That's fine.
Yeah, but
Well, no, yeah. I mean, just whatever you can tell. It's basically, I guess, with terminology, legalities, it's not a traditional cigar.
it's not
Essentially.
traditional. It is steeped in aromas,
Okay.
and you are going to get just a variety of different aromas with the three cigars. They are three very specific flavors that you're going to get. We
Yeah.
might need
Or
to look back at
profiles.
this,
Yeah. Like
three
profiles.
different profiles, and we're going to be coming out with the big ring, steep cigar too. I don't think that's ever been put on the market, so we're looking to try to create a shelf, something that's just going to stick out on a shelf, something that
Yeah.
you haven't seen. So
Do
we're
you
gonna
know? Do you know what the price point is?
it's going to be right in that $10 to $12 range for
Okay.
7x70, aromatic cigar.
Yeah.
So
you mentioned Wild Bill is his name. Is he
yes.
the owner or of Deadwood Tobacco?
Yes, he's the owner of Deadwood right now. Yes, sir.
I think because I'm just asking because we used to carry a cigar from Ortega Cigars. I don't know if you know, this is going back like over 10 years ago. And he had a series called the Wild Bunch. So Eddie Ortega used to be, I think, a rep, but then he paired up with Eric Espinoza back in the like 2000s or early 2010s. And they had EO brands. And they had a lot of their stuff made by My Father Cigars.
Yeah.
Anyway, it didn't, I don't know why they closed up. So like Eddie went on his own and Eric Espinoza went on his own. But anyway, Eddie did a line called the Wild Bunch. It was kind of a cool concept. So what he did was release one cigar a month. It was one size, one blend. And he named it after a character in the industry. So one of the characters was this guy, Wild Bill. And I think and they animated it. You'll see a poster. We have a poster of like all the Wild Bunch guys. That's where Island Jim, he was 1 month.
Yeah.
And I think that's where maybe I might be wrong. I'll have to ask or call the guys at Island Jim and Oscar. I think that's where he got the idea for like creating his own brand called the Island Jim.
Okay.
Because Eddie Ortega did that, one of those cigars through that Wild Bunch series. And then they have like other cigar shop owners. It was kind of a really cool concept. And so, like I said, every month they would release a new Wild Bunch character. It would be its own unique blend. I think all of them were made by the My Father Cigar Factory at the time when they were actually doing contract work. They don't do that now. But you brought up Wild Bill, and it just made me think of that. I wonder if that's the same guy. Does he ride a motorcycle?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Because the character on the box packaging had, I think, him like on a motorcycle.
I mean,
and I guess I can only imagine that with like Sturgis.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying he might. I would assume most likely, but it could be based off him. If you ever meet him, honestly, one of the most down to earth people I've ever met.
Okay.
Let me stay at his house when I'm working the event. Takes care of me. It's one of the best perks of this job is just meeting some of the coolest people.
Yeah.
You know, like people you would think Deadwood, biker people, they're gonna,
intimidating,
dude, sweetest people. They probably don't want that out there, but they are the nicest people, some of the nicest people I ever met, their whole crew.
Yeah.
So they do a great job up there, and I know they're going to be really happy to have the new Asylum 867 hit their shelves again. So it's going to be coming nationwide, but
but it started there essentially.
It would not be what it's going to be without their help.
Okay.
So we're definitely looking forward.
So the Asylum
2024, baby.
2024 the Asylum 867.
Yeah, Asylum 867.
Okay.
Don't ask me what it means. I do not know.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a Christian and Tom exclusive. You're gonna have to.
Okay. Maybe pry it from them.
You're gonna have to pry it from them. Yes, sir. That's above my pay grade. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. How often do you talk to Tom or Christian or people within your company?
So I've been saying this. I have my birthday September 19th, and the first person who called me was Tom Lazuka.
Okay.
He called me at like 7 a.m. I thought, you got to call at 7 a.m. even
right.
on your
Something's
birthday.
wrong.
Yeah. From your boss. And he's like, I hope you have a great day. Enjoy it. So they do a great job because it is a family business. We're not, we don't have the biggest farm on earth. We do have the cleanest, but we don't have the biggest farm on earth. But they just do a great job of making you feel like you're an integral part of you're a very important piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
So they do a good job, even though there is some chaos that happens. You're going to see that sometimes,
anywhere in any entity. Yeah.
Especially in this industry too, that's so heavily regulated. Sometimes they do a good job of just, hey, strap on in. We thrive in chaos. We'll get through it. We always get through it. So this year with repackaging the Asylum 867, we've had some hurdles we've had to clear, and we've cleared them, man. So you know me, I come in, I'm a bundle of anxiety sometimes, and this year they've done a great job of, I know whatever struggles we had, there's a reason we took care of it.
Right.
So it's been a great year overall, and like I said, 2024 to the moon, baby. It's gonna be an even bigger year for us.
Oh, that's cool, man. Well, no, to add to that point of things going wrong in this industry, it reminds me of when a company announces a certain release, right? Of, brand X or a new line. I don't like, I've learned not to put much stock in like a release date because there's always usually tends to be a hiccup, right? Somewhere in the supply chain, whether it be an issue with the box factory or getting bans, customs holding up, some regulatory hurdle, some legal challenge. So, like, I used to be, I don't know, I guess not. I would put a lot of stock and then get upset when, like, oh man, you promised this date. But I've just learned quickly, like, don't even worry about it. Like, when it comes out, it'll come out. It's not like you guys don't want to sell the cigar. You don't want it to, sit on the shelf any longer than it has to be, but you got to clear out some of the clutter in the supply chain.
Yeah, and every experience like that's a learning experience for us,
Yeah.
and it's something that I know we're working on the
Hmm.
inside. It's almost like you were part of the managers meeting because I know that's something they were talking about. So, we're just you figure out, okay, maybe we could have done this a little bit better on the release.
Yeah.
And, we're hoping the next release is just a little bit smoother.
Well, that's why I think a lot of companies now aren't even like, they're keeping their information close to the vest and not releasing any information about any new release, for example, until they know it's in the warehouse and it's ready to be boxed and shipped.
Yeah.
Instead of just putting a little teaser out and then everyone's wondering, like retailers, especially, like, all right, when is this new cigar coming out? Like, we've heard about it.
Yeah, sometimes it's the out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like people can be really excited about it. And if you just don't put it out in time, they could completely forget that they
Yeah.
even ordered it. So,
Hmm.
we're lucky that, the Silent Mix 67 is something that people who have tried it, they know it's going to be a great
Yeah.
cigar. So
I remember trying it. It was awesome.
yeah, so it's just one of those, yeah, not perfect, but the product's going to be great.
Yeah.
And that's something I would rather it come out a little bit later and perfect than
Yeah.
be rushed.
Yep.
So I think at the end of the day, we made the right choice.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, it just, you learn from it and move on. But yeah, going back to I was fortunate for you to have given me a sample, or Tom, or I forget who it was, but I smoked it. I normally don't smoke cigars like that, but I'll give it a shot, and as I was smoking, I was like, man, I actually even kind of like it.
I was the same way.
Hmm.
When I'm working the event up in Deadwood, I was like, all right, I know what I'm going to be smoking. I'll be honest, the first year I was like, all right, I'm not I don't like a lot of sweetness in my cigars, and it was just one of those, like, it mellowed out, great tobacco being used, and the flavor profile it did hit was just phenomenal. So, the Asylum 867 Auntie is gonna be my favorite. It's gonna come in a Lancero size too. So if you guys like something a little bit different,
Yeah.
that's still good, during tobacco as well, just wait. Asylum 867 is gonna blow your mind, man.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Looking forward to that. So, but no, it makes me like talking about this topic of delayed releases. We can, find, have some sympathy for that, because I think we've told you we are working on releasing our own trademark brands and all the packaging, sourcing everything piecemeal.
Yeah.
And like we had, like internal target dates. We never really reveal it to the public, knowing that there's always going to be a delay somewhere. But for us, like, these delays are even longer than I expected, and it mostly has to do with packaging. It's not even the cigar. The cigar is usually never the issue. The tobacco is usually never the issue. It's all the other stuff, as you probably know.
Yeah, like a cigar band.
Yeah.
That was one of the craziest parts about the pandemic, was when you realize, oh,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of us are just getting this from one or one supplier, and so cigar,
Yeah.
it's
There's
just,
only a few like band printers that the industry uses.
yeah, I learned something new every month with this industry that it's like, oh, okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Going back to, I had a discussion I may have mentioned on the podcast at some point. I talked with one, I won't mention the cigar owner, but I was on a tour in his place, and they're very like much vertically integrated, meaning they do a lot of the components, right? They grow the tobacco, roll it, just like you guys do. But I always wondered, like, why don't you guys, have you ever thought about making your own bands? Because that always seems to be the crimp in the supply chain. And he explained, like, man, to invest in that machinery would cost millions of dollars. But I always felt like, well, you guys are, and I don't know the financials, right, of this particular company, but they seem like they could make that kind of investment. It would have helped them out. And I think I've heard this company owner is now really considering, investing in machinery to make his own bands.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta imagine it's a huge investment.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh yeah, we're talking millions of dollars with those, like, and I don't know and they're usually like European machines, like I don't know if they're Heidelbergs or something like that, but it's obviously something from like Europe that they would have to come in, construct or install and service. So yeah, I get it. Like it's not many cigar companies can afford that kind of investment, but man, if one could,
yeah.
I mean, you have so much more control of your business strategies,
Yeah, it's it would definitely be an advantage. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
whoever, if that is something somebody's planning, I mean,
Yeah.
all the power to them. I hope it works,
Right. And also they could outsource or at least sell some of their capacity to other companies, right? Like, hey, I'm another band supplier, so I can, offer these services to my competitors essentially,
Yeah. Turn it into a little side hustle.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. A big side hustle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Well, look, I appreciate you even in light of your your health right now.
Oh, you made me feel better, bro.
Yeah. You seem fine. Yeah. And I appreciate you coming in and taking the time to talk with us and give some insight into, you and the company and some of the strategies and things in the future to come.
Yeah, of course, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you guys at Habana Port for always supporting us too, man.
Yeah, man. Now, if you would do me the favor, we have one final segment. It's a rapid fire segment. You want to, you're up for it?
All right. Yeah.
All right. Call the final pop. It's 5 simple questions. So number 1, Tabasco, Crystal, or other?
Gotta go Crystal.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Crystal. I don't know if it's because it's a little bit more vinegary.
Yeah.
But I like the Crystal.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
I like Crystal. Yes, sir.
Number 2, favorite vacation destination?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with, people might hate on me, but anywhere in California.
Okay.
You stay out of, I guess dangerous parts, but the trip I took to Santa Rosa this year, going to the vineyards up there,
Okay.
the weather, it's just great weather. And you're not too far from a beach. That's the only reason I'm giving California the weather and the beach. That's why.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Number 3, the ideal person you would want to smoke a cigar with, alive or deceased?
So, alive, I personally would love to just sit down and smoke a cigar with Christian and his father, Julio,
Okay.
because I have an overwhelming amount of respect for that man. So I don't know how much we would talk during it, but if I could just, be there, just be a fly on the wall, smoking a cigar around it, that'd be awesome. And then deceased, man.
Alive or deceased, but yeah.
Honestly, let's say Julio, bro.
Okay.
Let's say Julio, bro.
Cool. Number 4. Okay, I'm gonna switch it up. Usually I ask, what's your desert island cigar? But I want to put you on the spot. I'm gonna ask you desert island cigar from your own company that you rep, and desert island cigar that's not your own company.
Easy for my company, because I say this to everyone. The Roa Classic, the All Corojo that we make.
Okay.
You guys
Is
sell
it
the one with the white tissue paper
and the red band or red coloring? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a Corojo. Yep.
All Corojo. If you know anything about us, we use that good authentic Corojo tobacco, and it's every time. I'm super biased towards it, but for good reason. Just that's what my palate's like built around now. It's just all Corojo all the time. I love it. And then not my brand. Anybody who knows me, I'm grabbing a Tabernacle, like David, most likely.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what seed. I like both of them.
Okay,
so
you like both a broadleaf
I
and
just like
Havana?
that size. I like the filler. If I see it, I grab it.
Cool.
So I love that. I love Foundation, what they do as well.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Number 5, last one. Who would you want to see on a future podcast here?
Man. Here. I mean, you got to get Christian Aroa here, don't
Yeah.
you? I think you got to get
Yeah,
Christian.
I think you might have a little plug in on that.
Yeah.
So.
I'll see what I can do. I'll work some magic.
Cool.
Either him or our new national sales guy, Robert Wright.
Oh, yeah. I met Robert. Yep.
Man, you talk to that guy for 30 minutes and you're like, oh, you're the coolest guy ever.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of insight. He's been in the industry forever. He has his own boutique brand as well, Pure Soul. So he has a little bit of insight on a little bit of everything, every aspect of it.
Do you guys distribute Puro Sol?
I believe we do. That's something Robert would probably know
Okay,
more, so
but it's still in the market, huh?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
If it's not, it's something that he used to do or still does as a hobby.
Okay.
But I know that used to be his thing, right?
Yeah.
Pure Soul.
That's
So,
right.
yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I got the plug on both of them. So
yeah, there you go. Nice. Well, with that, thank you again, man. I appreciate it. And look, this cigar is really nice. So people who are interested, CLE Habanos definitely want to put on your try list. So
appreciate that, brother.
All right, man. Well, thanks again, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you until the next cigar.
All right. Do I look at this camera and go, is that what I do? All right. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.